Hey guys, Diane from Universe Nudge here, and it's been 4 weeks and one day since I lost my insanely amazing, adoring father, and I am so thankful for all of the love that I have received in the past 29 days, which seems like a long time, but 29 days is like nothing when you lose someone who means absolutely the world to you. In the past 2018, 19, 20, like 4 years, I've been working on this account talking about life after mom after I lost her 18 years ago when I started it. It's 21 years now, but now losing dad too, it's created an entirely new opportunity for me to share what I'm going through with you. And it's crazy. Like, I didn't know how many people were without mom and dad that were following. So thank you guys all so much for commenting publicly and privately. Like, it's been such a support for me to hear from you that you lost mom and dad. And I want you to know that I feel like an orphan. A lot of people are messaging me that and saying that they feel that they are, after losing two parents. That is your supposed title, but I don't believe that that's what that means. I believe that they are still here with us and in their own way. And, it's kind of, for me, one of those things where I'm looking to find how I can honor them and how I can find a way to, take the space that I did with mom and honor dad. And I'm going to do my best to do that. I will say that in the past 4 weeks, it's been very challenging. I've been documenting all of it. People are very compassionate and giving and loving, and they want to be there for you, but at the same time, I feel like they want, at least me to get back to work and, and be my normal, like, happy self and be on the phone and be out and be about. And I can't do it because every day is different. Some days I can't even shower. Some days I can't eat. Most days I can't sleep. Some days I have to just watch TV just to zone out so I don't have to think about all of the craziness. Fortunately, my brother flew in to help and is doing the best he can, and a few other family members. But it's crazy when someone passes unexpectedly. It's crazy when someone passes when they're passing. With 4 weeks that have gone by, I have truly had every emotion in the book: anger, denial, sadness, happiness that he's at peace and with my mom and, his second wife and his parents. And I'm also angry at him because, he left unexpectedly, and he didn't leave things the way that I think that you should. And I wonder. I know that I'm not alone here. I know that a lot of you have had the same experiences, and I just want you to know that I'm going to keep doing this, even though it might not be profound every time, or I might not give you great advice every time. I'm still going to communicate with you on what I'm feeling. And tonight I'm just feeling a lot of thankfulness in the fact that I have family that's here to help with the house, because I have a house that's my dad's that had his mother and father live in it, and then he had brought my mother's things to it, even though she never lived there. And then he was married to another woman and she died. Unbelievable. And then he had a best friend who died. Unbelievable. And then he had dogs that died. And, So there was a lot of death in that house. And now my brother and I have to go through that. And fortunately, we have a couple of family members that are here helping us. But, going through someone who has passed things when they didn't get rid of their things, it's like, do you feel bad getting rid of them? Do you feel cleansed getting rid of them? Do you feel, or did you feel, guilty getting rid of them? I feel very cleansed just by like moving things forward and moving things along. I know it's like in a very short period of time, but there's no one left. What are we supposed to do? There's no one left. And then that makes me feel different. Like, oh my God, there's no one left. Like, I don't have children. He has grandchildren. My brother has kids. So, but they don't want some of the things that are my father's, from the, 50s forward. So, what did you do if you had to go through this, or if maybe you weren't close to one family member? Like, what did you do with all this stuff? Like, did you donate it? And if you did, was it hard for you to get rid of it? Did you feel peace with moving it along? It's all very, every situation's different, but it's interesting what you go through when you're going through all these things. And you find, I found letters that I've wanted, that I wrote my mother, when I was deployed. I was in the Army. So I went to Operation Iraqi Freedom and Enduring Freedom in Kuwait and Iraq in 2003. And I wrote my I wrote my dad. So I got those letters. But then I also wrote my mom in 1998 when I was in boot camp. And I had always asked my dad for those letters. And he's like, yeah, in time I'll get them to you. Well, they were in one file. They weren't really hard to find. He could have given them to me all these years, but for whatever reason, he didn't want me to see them. I haven't read them yet, so I'll be sharing with you those thoughts because that will invoke, I'm sure, quite a bit. But, like, it's interesting what they keep and what they don't. And it also makes me think about imploring you to be able to really get a grasp on if you lost someone. And if you're watching this account, you have, how are you planning for your own death? It's not morbid. It's actually very thoughtful, in my personal opinion, to have things thought out, to give people things while you're alive. To make sure that somebody knows your passwords or where your will is. Like, if people don't know those things, it makes it very hard for people to process death and to move on in a peaceful way, in a grateful way. The way that I moved on with my mom was so different than I'm moving on with my dad, just because my dad took care of everything and I didn't know a lot. And now that everything is just there, I'm going, this isn't easy at all. Not that I'm saying that it was easy then, but it's very different. So what are you doing to plan for your personal path? When you decide, or, it could be tomorrow. We don't know. But how are you planning your exit strategy, I guess? And are you doing things differently than the way that your parents did for you? Let me know. Share with others, please, because I think it's important. Lots of love to you. And I'll keep you informed on how things are going, because it is not going well. It is like the most challenging thing I've ever experienced, losing both parents. So, lots of love to you. Talk to you soon.